Do you ever feel like your daily responsibilities are insignificant? We often hear that true meaning comes from passion or grand achievements. But what if meaning is found in the small, everyday tasks, the work, care, and consistency that fill our lives? Hi, I'm from the Stoic Way channel, and today we're going to explore finding meaning in ordinary responsibilities. It's easy to believe that meaning only comes from big accomplishments, but Stoicism teaches us that every action we take, no matter how small, carries value and dignity. Asterisk, whether it's our work, our care for others, or our daily routines, Stoicism reminds us that these moments are where meaning truly lies. In today's world, we often chase after big, exciting achievements, believing they're the only way to live a meaningful life. But Stoicism offers a powerful perspective. True meaning is not just found in passion or success, but in how we approach the ordinary, everyday responsibilities that we face. By embracing dignity in these tasks, we can find purpose in the present, no matter how mundane they may seem. In this video, we'll reflect on Marcus Aurelius' quote, "What we do now echoes in eternity." We'll explore how Stoicism teaches us to approach everyday duties with mindfulness, dignity, and purpose, and how doing so allows us to live a more meaningful and fulfilling life. Before we dive into this powerful Stoic teaching, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment below on how you find meaning in your daily responsibilities. Let's begin. Let's reflect on this thought-provoking quote from Marcus Aurelius. "What we do now echoes in eternity." Marcus Aurelius. This quote is a beautiful reminder that every action we take, no matter how small, has lasting value. In Stoic philosophy, meaning is not confined to monumental achievements or moments of fame. Instead, meaning is found in the consistent, everyday actions that define us. Whether it's our work, the way we care for others, or how we approach our responsibilities, every action we take shapes who we are and has a ripple effect in the world. Think about it. The small, seemingly insignificant tasks we do each day, cleaning the house, taking care of our health, doing our work, helping a friend, or simply being present for others. All of these things create a lasting impact. Stoicism teaches us to approach these tasks with dignity, knowing that even the smallest actions can have an eternal echo in the way they shape our character and the world around us. We've just explored Marcus Aurelius' quote, "What we do now echoes in eternity." This teaching is fundamental to Stoicism because it reminds us that meaning is not just found in grand, extraordinary moments, but in the everyday duties that we often overlook. Let's take a closer look at how this Stoic teaching can help us find purpose in our ordinary responsibilities and approach life with more meaning. Reflect on the quote. Many of us are taught to believe that meaning is reserved for a passion, success, or achievements, but Marcus Aurelius challenges this view by emphasizing that what we do right now, even in the most mundane moments, carries significance. The simple acts of work, care, and consistency, things that often seem unremarkable, are actually the building blocks of a life well lived. Stoicism teaches us that every action, no matter how ordinary, is an opportunity to practice virtue and mindfulness. The dignity of our duties, whether at work, at home, or in our daily routines, is where we can find meaning. By approaching our responsibilities with intention and focus, we imbue them with significance. What seems small or repetitive can carry great meaning when we give it our full attention and do it with purpose. Think about your daily life. What are some tasks that you consider ordinary or insignificant? Maybe it's doing the dishes, making your bed, taking care of your work responsibilities, or simply running errands. How do you usually approach these tasks? Are they something you rush through, hoping they'll be over quickly? Or do you take the time to perform them with care and attention? Stoicism asks us to reflect on this. Every moment is an opportunity to practice virtue. Even the smallest action, whether it's serving others, maintaining order, or being present in the moment, can have a lasting effect by bringing our full selves to these tasks. We add meaning to them and transform the mundane into something significant. This idea aligns with the Stoic concept of virtue, that a virtuous life is not defined by big achievements or fame, but by the quality of our actions. Virtue is practiced in everyday life, in the choices we make during routine tasks, and in the way we approach our responsibilities. Stoicism teaches that even when no one is watching, every action is an opportunity to embody virtue. This idea is echoed in the Stoic notion of the inner citadel, where our peace and meaning are rooted in our internal actions and choices, rather than in external recognition. Another key Stoic teaching is the dichotomy of control, the idea that we cannot control everything around us, but we can control how we respond, even in the most mundane responsibilities. We have the choice to act with intentionality, care, and dignity when we focus on what we can control. We transform these ordinary tasks into opportunities for growth and self-improvement. How can you apply this Stoic teaching to your own life? Next time you find yourself doing something you consider ordinary or boring, ask yourself, how can I approach this task with care and intentionality? Instead of rushing through it or thinking it's insignificant, take a moment to bring your full attention to it. Focus on doing it well, with a sense of purpose, knowing that even the smallest task is an opportunity to practice virtue and to live a meaningful life. For example, if you're doing household chores, instead of treating it as a chore you want to be done with, try to focus on the act itself, how you clean, how you organize, and how it impacts your environment. You may find that even the most mundane tasks feel meaningful when you approach them with a sense of purpose and mindfulness. I used to think that only big accomplishments were meaningful. But over time, I began to realize that the small daily actions I took were actually where my true growth happened. Whether it was helping a colleague, being present for my family, or working on personal projects, I learned to embrace each task with attention and dignity. These actions, though simple, gave me a sense of fulfillment and peace that big achievements never did. The more I focused on the present moment and gave my best to my daily responsibilities, the more meaningful my life became. Now, think about your own daily tasks. What ordinary responsibilities can you approach with more intention and mindfulness? How can you find meaning in the everyday actions you take? Whether it's at work, at home, or in your personal life, reflect on one small action you can take today to bring more dignity and purpose to your day-to-day life. In a world that often prizes big achievements, passion, and success, it's easy to feel like the daily tasks we perform are meaningless. Whether it's the routine work at the office, caring for loved ones, or maintaining our homes, these actions can feel like insignificant chores. Stoicism, however, teaches us a completely different perspective. Meaning is not found only in grand moments of passion or achievement, but in the dignity of our everyday duties. Marcus Aurelius, in his Meditations, constantly emphasized the importance of seeing every action, no matter how small, as an opportunity to practice virtue. His reminder, what we do now echoes in eternity, speaks to the idea that every moment and every task, no matter how ordinary, carries lasting significance. The key is how we approach these tasks, with attention, care, and an understanding that even the most mundane responsibilities contribute to the larger picture of our character and purpose. Marcus Aurelius, like all Stoics, faced immense pressures as the emperor of the Roman Empire, dealing with both external challenges and internal struggles. Despite his power and responsibility, he never lost sight of the value of everyday duties. He wrote about how the little things matter, urging himself to focus on performing his daily tasks with integrity and purpose, regardless of how small they seemed. Similarly, Epictetus, the Stoic philosopher who lived a life of hardship and adversity, often reminded his students that true meaning is found in the small, consistent actions we take. He believed that life's worth is not in achieving great fame or fortune, but in how we live each day, adhering to our values and performing our duties. Epictetus' teachings on responsibility and personal conduct emphasize that the foundation of a meaningful life lies in the way we engage with our everyday actions. At the heart of Stoicism is the idea that meaning is not just reserved for the extraordinary. It can be found in ordinary, everyday actions, whether we are working at our job, tending to our family, or even engaging in self-care. Each of these actions carries inherent meaning if we approach them with intention and mindfulness. The Stoic practice of virtue teaches us that the value of an action lies not in its external reward or recognition, but in the integrity with which we perform it. By choosing to approach each task with care and consistency, we give meaning to the most ordinary of duties. This mindset shifts the focus from seeking external validation to finding fulfillment in doing what is right, regardless of the task at hand. Imagine you are stuck in a long day of routine work or tasks that you find tedious. Instead of seeing these as unimportant, Stoicism invites you to ask yourself, what can I do to bring integrity and focus to this moment? For instance, if you're cleaning your home, don't rush through it just to get it done. Instead, see it as an opportunity to practice mindfulness, to engage in the task fully, to appreciate the space you're creating, and to feel a sense of accomplishment in taking care of your environment. Similarly, in your work, instead of treating each task as just another item on your to-do list, approach it with intentionality. Focus on doing it well and know that the quality of your work, even in the smallest details, is a reflection of your character. This shift in perspective makes even the most mundane responsibilities meaningful, because it aligns your actions with your values instead of seeing them as merely tasks to be completed. By finding meaning in our ordinary responsibilities, we free ourselves from the anxiety of seeking big achievements or external validation. Stoicism teaches us that happiness and fulfillment don't come from chasing fame or recognition, but from doing the work we value and acting with virtue in every task. When we focus on the quality of our everyday actions, we find that each day becomes an opportunity to practice what we believe in. This focus on purpose and mindfulness helps us build resilience and inner peace, because we are no longer distracted by the need for external validation or worry that our work is not enough. Every task, no matter how small, becomes an opportunity for growth. By embracing Stoicism and learning to find meaning in our everyday responsibilities, we begin to live with greater purpose and inner peace. The dignity of our daily tasks becomes a powerful source of fulfillment, no longer dependent on external rewards or recognition, but rooted in our commitment to doing what is right in each moment. Today, we explored the Stoic principle of finding meaning in ordinary responsibilities. We discussed how meaning is not just found in passion or achievement, but in the everyday duties that make up our lives. Marcus Aurelius' quote, "What we do now echoes in eternity," teaches us that every action we take, no matter how small, carries lasting value. By approaching each task with dignity and mindfulness, we can turn even the most mundane activities into meaningful contributions to our character and purpose. So, how can you apply this Stoic teaching in your own life? The next time you feel like your work or responsibilities are insignificant, shift your focus. Ask yourself, how can I approach this task with integrity and care? Whether it's cleaning, working, or helping others, see these actions as opportunities to practice virtue and contribute to a meaningful life. When we stop seeking external validation and instead find fulfillment in our efforts, we create lasting meaning in everything we do. Take a moment to reflect. What ordinary task or responsibility can you approach with more purpose and intentionality today? How can you find meaning in the small actions you take every day, knowing that they contribute to your character and your life's purpose? If you found this video insightful, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more Stoic wisdom that helps you find meaning in your daily life. Let me know in the comments, how do you find purpose in your ordinary tasks? And what Stoic principles help you embrace them with dignity? To leave you with a final thought, remember the words of Marcus Aurelius: "What we do now echoes in eternity. Every moment and every task is an opportunity to practice virtue, build resilience, and find meaning. By embracing our responsibilities with intention and care, we create a life of purpose, no matter how small the actions may seem."